अस्सलाम वालेकुम, वेलकम बैक टू द न्यू रिएक्शन वीडियो। और अभी जिस वीडियो के ऊपर हम लोग रिएक्ट करने वाले हैं उस वीडियो का टाइटल है
The unseen truth of India world need to know.
अच्छा हमें पता होने चाहिए। ठीक है।
नहीं, हमें भी शायद नहीं पता होंगे, अनसीन है ना।
हाँ ओके, लेट्स गो। वीडियो को चेकआउट करते हैं। इस रील वीडियो का लिंक आप लोगों को डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा। नूर के चैनल
हाँ
का भी
जी।
लिंक आप लोगों को डिस्क्रिप्शन में मिल जाएगा। लाजिम से सब्सक्राइब करना है।
जी।
तो लेट्स गो चेकआउट करते हैं इसमें क्या है।
What is the first image comes to your mind when you hear the name of India?
क्या आता है तुम्हारे दिमाग
this
में?
or this,
Like
right? Because
Hindu
your
country.
media mostly present
वो
such
check करो।
similar images of India in front of you. Okay, let me show you something different than your media. If I say this is India, will you believe me? Maybe not, because most probably you have never seen India in this way. But actually, this is real India which has been hidden from you. The slums, busy and chaotic cities you see on TV or mobile is only a smallest part of India. India is actually pretty normal. And this is the one thing that a lot of people don't understand about India.
Okay.
Okay, let me show you some major cities of India. This is Mumbai. This is Delhi. This is Kolkata. This is Gurgaon. This is Noida. This is
नोएडा बहुत
Hyderabad.
प्यारा है।
This is Pune.
पुणे।
This is Bangalore. This is Chennai. This is Surat. This is Thane.
Nice.
And there are many such modern cities in India. Okay, let's come to the rural part of India, and I'm pretty sure that according to you, the Indian villages are look something like this or this, right? But actually, this is not even 5% part of Indian villages. More than 95% of Indian villages are look something like this.
Oh, nice.
यार
Due
ये
to the large
बहुत अच्छी
population of
बात है।
India,
इन्होंने
the
अपने
Indian villages
इनको
are
भी ग्रो
also so
किया है
big.
ना।
Look at this. This is
जो
not a
इनके- ये
city
देखो।
or town, but it's a village called Madhapur, located in the Indian state of Gujarat. After a lot of struggle in 1947, when India got independence
Nice यार।
from the British Empire,
हमारे तो आज भी
India's
गाँव
economy
अजीब
was
से कच्चे
only
बच्चे।
$25 billion. Even in 1991, India's economy was less than the economy of Paris and London. And now
एक
India
शहर
has
की
more
economy।
economy than the France and the UK.
ओ
In
फ्रांस और
2014,
यूके दोनों से
India's
ज्यादा है
economy was
इसकी
ranked 10th in the world. But now in 2022, India has become the fifth
Fifth.
largest economy in the world with a huge GDP of $3.5 trillion. In just last 8 years, India has overtaken 5 major economies like Canada, Russia, Italy, Brazil, France and the UK. And this is really impressive.
नाइस यार, ये
India
बहुत
is the
बड़ी
fastest
अचीवमेंट
growing
है।
major economy in the world, and
सही
according
बात
to IMF, India is set to surpass Germany and Japan to become the world's third largest economy by
After US and China.
2027.
ओह
India is already the third largest economy in the world in terms of PPP GDP with a huge GDP of $11.7 trillion. And by 2030, India's nominal GDP is expected to be $8.5 trillion. But
अभी
India's
तीन है ना?
potential
अभी
is
तीन है,
much more
8
than
पॉइंट
this.
समथिंग पे चली जाएगी।
After the
मतलब
USA,
एक्सपेक्टेड
Russia
है।
and China, the Indian military is the fourth most powerful military in the world.
That
And
we
with a
know.
budget of $76.6 billion, India has third largest defense budget in the world. Over 1.45 million active personals, over 1.15 million reserve personals, and over 2.52 million paramilitary. The Indian military is the largest military in the world with a total 5.13 million military personals.
ओह
India is also a nuclear armed country. The country is holds some of the most powerful nuclear weapons in the world, such as intercontinental ballistic missiles, Agni 5, Agni 6, K5 and K6, which
अच्छा,
has a
उनकी
massive
वो
range of
पूरी
5,000
strength
km
भी
to
बता रहे हैं
12,000
कितनी है।
km. Even some experts say that India hidden a dangerous weapon called Agni 7 or Surya, which has a massive range of 12,000 km to 16,000 km.
ओह गुड।
There are only 4 countries in the world that have anti-satellite weapons, and India is one of them. India has capability to destroy the communication system of any country in the world by destroying their satellite in the space.
हैं
The Indian Space Research Organization (ISRO) is among the world's top 5 most successful space agencies. ISRO has successfully launched over 386 foreign satellites for 36 different countries, including satellite of USA, Germany, France, and the UK. And
अच्छा, इन
successfully
कंट्रीज
launched
की
over
भी अपनी लॉन्च कर
130
चुका
for
है,
Indian
सिर्फ
origin
अपनी
satellites.
नहीं, दूसरे
There are
कंट्रीज की भी।
many misconceptions about India have been born in the world, especially in the West, and that's why many people make the mistake of underestimating India. For example, in 2013, when India announced that India will also send its
Mom
satellite and
mission
rover to
jet.
Mars,
Mom.
the New York
Mars.
Times made fun of India like this. But after in just 1 year,
मजाक
in
बनाया था
2014,
पाकिस्तान ने भी
India
तो
became the
चंद्रयान
first
2 पे
country
तो
in the
किया
world
था
to
ना।
reach Mars in the first
पागल
attempt.
होंगे।
And just few years later, in 2017, India created an incredible world record by launching 104 satellites from a single rocket.
Nice.
And then India made
एक
fun of New York
सिंगल
Times like
रॉकेट पे
this.
104
This is called
सैटेलाइट्स।
sweet revenge. India is among the world's 4 countries that have successfully reached Mars and Moon both. Other are USA, Russia and China. And among the 5 countries that have their own GPS navigation system, other are USA, Russia, China and Japan. After USA and China, India has third highest number of billionaires in the world. As of 2022, India has total 237 billionaires. The Indian stock market is the fastest growing major stock market in the world. Even 2 out of the world's 10 largest stock exchanges are Indian. And India is said to be world's the largest stock market by 2030 with a total expected market cap of over $11 trillion.
अच्छा
The world's
2030
fastest
के इनके
growing
काफी
startup
सारे अभी भी
ecosystem in
प्रोजेक्ट्स भी चल रहे
2014,
हैं।
India had only 400
Vision होती है
startups,
ना
and
हर
as of
country की
2022, India has
हमारे
over
तकरीबन 2050 के हैं
77,000
ना,
startups,
उससे
which
पहले।
makes India globally the third largest
मर
startup
जाएंगे।
ecosystem in the world after USA and China.
तुम मरोगी,
As
मैं
well
क्यों
as
मरूं?
India has third highest number of unicorns in the world.
And
The
मैं
country is
बताऊंगी
home to
क्यों
the
मरोगे
108 unicorns with a total valuation of $341 billion. India is already among the top 5 most industrialized countries with a total output of $900 billion, and it is
Nice.
said to be third most industrialized country by 2030 with an expected industrial output of more than $3 trillion.
इंडस्ट्रियल आउटपुट से
Currently, India is the 8th largest exporter in the world. Total
Nice.
export of India was $675 billion in 2021. And the country is on the way to become the third largest exporter in the world by 2030 with an
Nice.
expected
Ooh,
export of
very
more than
good.
$2 trillion.
बेस्ट हो गया ये तो
India is emerging as factory of the
यार,
world
cars
due to
में
its
तो
large
भाई
skilled
कमाल है ना,
workforce.
कमाल।
Even in 2021, India overtaken USA and became the second most attractive manufacturing destination globally, second only to China. Production. India is the largest producer of tractor, two-wheeler, spice, dairy products, milk, ginger, turmeric and sugar. Second largest producer of smartphone, steel, cement, vegetable, fruit, rice, wheat and cotton. Third largest producer of electricity, renewable energy, gems and jewelry. Fourth largest producer of cars and trucks. The Indian textile industry
हाँ,
is
हर
the second
चीज में
largest
दूसरा,
textile industry
तीसरा
in
या
the
चौथा
world with a
नंबर ही है।
total valuation of over $225
अभी।
billion. The country is
largest
well known
economy
as
में-
hub of information technology. The annual revenue of Indian IT industry is more than $200 billion, and it is said to be $350 to $400 billion by 2025 and more than $1 trillion
यार
by
आईटी
2030.
में कोई कंपैरिजन नहीं
Also known as the pharmacy of the world, the country's massive pharmaceutical industry is the source of more than 50% of global demand for various vaccines. India is the largest
ग्लोबल
provider of
मार्केट में
generic
सबसे
drugs
ज्यादा
globally.
इन्हीं की है,
Over
तकरीबन
40%
50%
generic
मार्केट
drugs
इन्हीं
in
के
the
पास
USA
है।
and over 25% of all medicine in the UK are supplied by India. It is difficult to imagine
Nice.
how world would be able to combat AIDS without India because globally over 80% of antiretroviral drugs which is using to combat AIDS are supplied by India.
ना वो
Known as
यार
the potential superpower, India is the second most populous country in the world and its potential is unlimited. The country has largest young force in the world, more than 50% of its population below the age of 25 and more than 65% of its population below the age of 35. And this young power is helping India to become an economic superpower like USA, China and European Union. But still, if you think that India is a poor country, then let me tell you that Indian household own the largest amount of gold,
ये बात सच है।
25,000 tons to 30,000 tons, which is worth over $1.5 trillion to $2 trillion, and it is more than the economy of Australia, South Korea, and Italy. Even Indian temple alone have 4,000 to 5,000 tons
गोल्ड
of
में
gold,
तो ये
which is
गोल्ड में भी
worth
बहुत आ
more
गया,
than
हम कहते हैं ना
$300
अरबी
billion,
है,
and it's more than the
लेकिन ये
economy of
उनसे
New
भी आगे
Zealand
है।
and Finland. Indians are just love golds and jewelry, and that's why India is the biggest consumer of gold, silver, jewelry, and gems. Many people in the world, mostly in the West, use HDI and per capita to criticize India, but they forget that India is the fastest growing major economy in the world. Currently, India's HDI is considered in the medium category, which is expected to move to the high human development category by 2025.
गोल्डन टेम्पो.
Even today, 14 Indian states are comes in the high human development category and 13 Indian states are very close to achieve this. And many Indian states have more GDP per capita than the per capita of many European countries. Well, India is 7 to 10 times cheaper than the Europe and America. India is just like China. As China developed itself in the past, today India is developing in the same way. According to recent UN study, the country has left more than 415 million people out of poverty since 2005, and according
Indian
to World Bank, poverty in India has reduced by 12.3%
Wow.
between 2011 to
ये बहुत अच्छी बात
2019 from
यार, इनकी काम
22.5%
भी
in
तो इस तरह की
2011
है
to
ना।
only 10% in 2019. And according to recent study of IMF, India has almost wiped out extreme poverty. The percentage of people living in the extreme poverty in India is only 0.8% now. The country is home to the rich culture and spirituality. No country in the world as diverse as India. There are 28
Culturally तो
states
बहुत
and 8
rich है ना?
union territories
हाँ.
in India, and they all have their own culture, music, languages, dresses, and food. And no country in the world is more colorful than India. Even India has entire colorful cities like Jaipur, the city of pink, Udaipur,
Jaipur.
the city of white, Jodhpur, the city of blue, Jaisalmer, the city of gold, and Kanyakumari, the city of 7 colors. India is the whole world itself. India has snow like Greenland, beauty like
Himachal.
Switzerland, desert like Arab, wildlife like Africa, beautiful cities
सारे
like
के
Europe,
सारी चीजें
forest
आपको
like
मिलती
Brazil,
हैं,
and mountains
पहाड़,
like Japan.
जंगल,
Even India has a white desert also.
डेजर्ट.
100,000
White
beautiful
sand भी है?
temples, historical monuments, incredible architecture sites, extremely beautiful hill stations like Manali, Nainital,
Wow.
Simla, and Spiti Valley. India is just incredible. India is transforming itself as global economic powerhouse. The country is home to the highest number of under construction mega projects in the world. Project Bharatmala cost $140 billion. Project Sagarmala cost $130 billion. Project DMIC cost $100 billion. Projects 100 Smart City cost $100 billion. These are few big projects out of them. As well as the country is spending a massive amount of $1.5 trillion to modernize and develop its infrastructure. Along with this, seeing the growth of country's urbanization,
ये तो उसके
India
घर
is
की नहीं
also
है?
creating many
नहीं.
new and
नहीं.
futuristic
अच्छा
cities.
ठीक है, मुझे अंबानी के घर की
Gift
लगी,
City,
वो तो
Dholera
डिफरेंट
SIR,
बना
and
मुंबई के
Amravati
बीच
Smart
में.
City. The fastest growing major economy, the fastest growing major stock market, the fastest growing
Yes.
startup ecosystem, healthcare, technology, infrastructure, and industries. India is performing excellent, and this is what the world should know about India.
यार इंडिया तो क्या बोलते हैं माशाल्लाह बेस्ट है यार तुम लोग के मजे हैं
हाँ
अच्छे
मतलब
जा रहे हो,
हर
बहुत कुछ जा रहा है।
हर चीज परफेक्टली जो है ना
जा रही है
अब
इनकी।
जा रही है और आगे बढ़ रही है। हर चीज में कोई भी ऐसी चीज हम नहीं कह सकते कि जिसमें वो स्लो
हाँ,
हो।
slow
मतलब
है।
अगर हम लोग कभी अपने साथ कहीं पे भी बात होती है, ये कंपेयर कर रहे होते हैं ना, तो मतलब हम कंपेयर कर ही नहीं पा रहे होते किसी भी एंगल से।
हम्म
तो खैर वीडियो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग थी। आप लोगों को वीडियो कैसी लगी लाजिम कमेंट करके बताना है। हम लोग मिलते हैं एक और वीडियो के साथ, तब तक के लिए
अल्लाह हाफिज
बाय।